All right, let's go. Hey, ladies, this is Marciea here with another episode of the LadyStrong Fitness. Today, my guest, I have LSF member Ann. Ann and I, we're going to be talking about how to supercharge your growth in fitness.
So the big question is this: how were two women who didn't cheat and purchase a gym franchise model, how were they able to spread their mission and purpose by empowering and transforming hundreds of women's lives through fitness, nutrition, mindset, and accountability with a micro gym business model of women only? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. We are LadyStrong Fitness.
Ann, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I am doing well. Let's talk about, before we begin, we are on week number, we're finishing up week 1. We're actually like 5 days into this challenge that we started. And oh my God, the results that you shared with me in just 5 days, I would feel almost guilty of not asking you to share your results thus far. So if you could, tell us how you've been doing in the challenge thus far, and where are you?
Sure. Of course. So this challenge has been amazing for me. I've lost almost 10 pounds. And on top of that, I was telling Marcia before that I had a little belly, and for me, nutrition was so hard. And now it's like deflated my stomach. So the challenge really works.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. Yeah.
That is awesome. That is so cool. So, all right, enough about that. Ladies, if you missed out on the challenge fear of missing out, I'm sorry, but it's one of those things, you create FOMO, right? It's like, should I do it? Should I not do it? And then when they don't do it, they're like, I should have just did it. However, we do have some exciting news that we are going to be sharing. No, we're not doing another challenge. However, if you guys know anything about LadyStrong Fitness and Brittany and I and the Green Squad team, we always make things bigger and better. So stay tuned for more details. That's all I'm going to say. We do have an announcement next week. Anyway, back to the episode. And I want you to tell the audience a little bit about yourself. I know who you are, but for those that do not, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I've been with LadyStrong for a little bit over a year now, I think. And it's been an amazing journey. I followed LadyStrong probably a year before I actually signed up.
Stop it. Are you serious?
I was.
Let's talk about that. Why did it take so long?
Yeah. So you guys have really great marketing, always in my, social media and my inbox. I just couldn't get myself there. I wasn't ready.
Sure.
And I think I finally found the perfect timing and it all worked out. But yeah, I did kind of creep on you guys for a year.
It's okay. You managed to finally make your way in, but it you know what? The reason why I asked, like, why did it take so long? You said you weren't ready. Was it from a mental side of things? Was it a physical side of things? Because I'm sure there are more people out there that are like you. And what would be your advice for people that are on the fence, like, oh, should I not? Like, let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So I was at the time, I was going through some things, and I was at Lifetime Fitness, and I just, number one, hated being gawked at by any guys. It was the worst thing, going into the gym and people watching you.
Sure.
You feel unmotivated and everything. And LadyStrong is totally opposite. It's all about you.
Yeah.
And so I would 100% recommend anyone who's listening to just give it one chance. And I did that. So
yeah,
I love it.
Awesome. Very cool. All right. Continue to tell your story. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, of course. So yeah, that was probably a year. And then, I don't know, I've been working out Monday through Fridays at the 6:30 class, which I love all the girls there. Everyone's so motivating. But I think what I really needed was that community. I didn't have a community before, and a little bit backside about myself. I have 2 boys who are autistic.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that, because your story is unique, and I want to make that almost like a topic in itself. Okay. So let's finish talking about you. So now that, so Lifetime, found Lifetime. Yeah. Why, what the transition between Lifetime and LadyStrong? What was it that you're like, I just got to do it?
I was the scale, to be honest with you. I was the highest I ever was. Even after having twins, I was back up at that weight. And I looked in the mirror and I was like, I hate myself. It was like the worst feeling.
Yeah.
So then I don't know if you might know my story, but there was another lady who worked at LSF. She doesn't work with you anymore, but I saw her coming out of the gym and she was actually going home. And I was just driving by and I'm like, Ann, turn in and get some more information about the gym. So I did it and I spoke to her and she set me up with some classes, and from there's history. So I think all it takes is that one time for you to just trust yourself, and you have to do something for you.
100%.
And that's one thing I've learned and gained from LadyStrong is it's not just about kids or life, husband, it's about yourself. And I love it. It's amazing.
That's so cool. Now that leads me to the next topic is you do have an inspiring story with your two beautiful blessings of having twins. Now let's talk about that. Like I know the story, but for those of the ladies that are tuning in today, let's dive deep into your story.
Oh, so long. Okay. So I do have two twin boys who are autistic, and they also have a rare genetic disorder. So going back to myself, I've never had time for me. It was always driving boys there to therapy, or, always have to be one-on-one with the kids, and no time. And it really put a toll on me.
Mm-hmm.
So just finding time, that 1 hour is all it took for me to like snap that switch on. And now I'm like a lifer. So it's been great. But if you have, everyone has challenges. Yeah. And I would have to just say, like, again, you have to think about yourself, because if you don't think about yourself, you're not going to help that other person.
100%.
So
how have you noticed the change since having the babies, doing LadyStrong? What has changed, like from a mental and physical side of things? What have you noticed? Has it improved the way you support your family? Like, I'm curious because I don't know.
Yeah. I would say all of the above. As far as like, I'm more patient with my kids. Before I would get easily upset with them, but now I kind of just like relax. I think because I'm more relaxed, it puts my kids at that state. So that's kind of fun. And it's what they needed. Yeah. And then as well as physical. So my boys, they definitely need one-on-one attention, and they're heavy. They're 5 years old with 45 pounds. And
wow.
Yeah, my goal at LadyStrong is just to continue to like lift heavy, because I need to support them. Yeah. And if I can't do it, I know no one else can. Yeah. And so that's my biggest fear is, dying because I'm overweight, or, I'm just not healthy. Yeah. And who's going to raise my kids?
Yeah. So. I like that. And you managed to find a time for yourself. Again, you say you work out at 6:30, and by that you mean 6:30 a.m. and not p.m. But how often do you work out, Ann? Let the audience know.
Yeah, so I go Monday through Friday at the 6:30s, and I've been dabbling into because I have to go back to the office now. So on Wednesdays I do a night class, which I love about LSF is it's so supportive, and all the girls have been amazing. If anyone wants to try LSF and thinks it's scary, everyone's great. So try it.
I like that. I love that a lot. Okay. So now, since joining, you've lost 25 pounds. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
That doesn't include the additional like 10 pounds you just lost within the like past 5 days. So you're up 35 pounds. Now that's a huge growth. Now I want to talk about what has been the success to that growth. Like if you had to pinpoint and narrow it down to 3 things, what do you think helped you get to that 25 to 35 pound weight loss? Let's start with number 1.
I definitely think, again, the girls in the 6:30, everyone's so motivating and, and pushes you to do more. So I think that just helps and makes me excited to go to class every day.
Sure.
So that keeps me motivated. Yeah.
So you say motivation. Now you were at Lifetime. When you compare the motivation from Lifetime to LadyStrong, is there a comparison? I mean, let's be truthful here, because I don't know, and this is why I asked. Like, what is the difference between the two?
Yeah, there is a huge difference. If you want to go into a gym and just be by yourself and maybe not do things the right way and hurt yourself, go there.
Yeah.
But if you want a gym where coaches are going to be watching you and motivating you to push you, the girls are going to be pushing you, go to LSF, right? Like those are the two different things, and that's where I'm at LSF, because that community is so strong.
Yeah. Did you have like a regimen when you went to Lifetime where you just like, oh, I don't know what to do today, so I'm just going to do this, this, and this? Or did you come in with a plan, a planned regimen, or what did that look like? Because I'm sure there's some women that are probably doing the things that you did. So I'm curious, like, what was that like for you?
So I actually did a half marathon while I was over there. So me going into LSF or Lifetime was on a treadmill. And then when I wanted to go to weights, I honestly felt like intimidated because all the men would be just standing there like discussing. And yeah, it was just not for me. Not for me, not what I wanted. And, I want to be inspired, not like demoted from that.
For sure. All right. Good to know, ladies. Take some mental notes, because Ann is she's bringing some value today. So that's number one, is the community. What do you credit to your success for number two? What would be number two?
I would have to say my change in mindset, to be honest. I feel like all the coaches are so inspirational, and like one of the things is when I do workouts, I say, one workout at a time, and I feel that really pushes me like to do burpees and then everything else, but also at like my everyday life, one step at a time. You just can't do everything at once.
Sure.
So all of that definitely does inspire me and keeps me going.
Yeah.
So
mindset. What how often do you work out per week?
5 days.
When you started, did you start at 5 days a week?
I did.
Okay. Because some people they do and they don't. And I'm like, so you were all in when you started, like, screw it, I'm going to do this, which again, I contribute a lot towards your mindset, because most people can't do that coming into a program. Let's be honest. So it depends on the person. So what would be your advice to mindset? Like, how would you have to change your mindset in order to get the amount of success that you have at LadyStrong? What's the biggest factor there?
How would I have to change?
What advice would you tell someone else that's watching this episode today? What part of their mindset do they need to change in order to get some sort of results that you have received?
Got it. Okay. So I think, honestly, to stay positive and to, again, trust the process. That's like the number one thing, is because weight doesn't normally come off like this, And what I've been seeing is I've always wanted to like go back to my high school weight, and I know I'm never going to get there again. And I'm okay with being where I like a higher weight, but my muscle mass has totally been up, my BMI, down. So I've just been, the muscle weight, like gains is so exciting to me.
I like that. Lady, like she said, Ann said, trust the process. Take it one day at a time. Like you said, I like how you mentioned, like, it didn't take a day to put this weight on overnight, right? So don't expect to have it come off overnight. So good advice there. And then the last piece of advice that you have for women that are tuning in, what was the biggest factor to your growth and success for losing the 35 pounds, essentially?
I think there are a lot of things played into it. Just being always dedicated for show up, even if you're not feeling it or you had a bad day at work. I would always say, go to that class. You're going to feel great afterwards. And take some time for yourself. Always after the challenges, I would recommend, coaches recommend yourself rewards, right? So be you, take care of yourself, and go from there.
I like that. Take care of yourself, ladies. So thank you, Ann. That was amazing. Like, I I honestly, I can't, I'm still in awe of you losing 10 pounds, almost 11 pounds in just 5 days, which is, it just, like you said, it just goes to show by just shifting and making small, minor adjustments and changes. Like the nutrition was the biggest factor for me. And now you're starting to physically see it in your midsection. So, we appreciate you as always. Thank you so much for coming on today. Ladies, thank you so much for tuning in of another episode of the LadyStrong Fitcast. Have a blessed day, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Take care, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel or find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or whatever your favorite place is to listen to podcasts. And if you really liked this episode, please leave a review for us on iTunes. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.